Greetings, this is Foul and Hard. So, I have always been on the left, because my values haven't changed. They've refined, but they haven't really changed. My opinion on the left as a group, however, has, and it has fallen a great deal. My opinion on the right has mellowed, but it hasn't really changed that much either. If I change my label based on what other people in a political group were like, I'd most certainly be a centrist. Because I pretty much hate both left and right parties and their fucking tribals. They're the cause of most of the issues. Or at least the reason why most of the issues completely dominate every single fucking conversation. There's no room for nuance anymore. There's no room for understanding. It is pure us versus them. Both parties are guilty of this. You know. But I choose my label based on what it actually means and not what the crazies say. So I'm left-wing. You know, it's much like, say you're a Christian. Do you suddenly stop being a Christian because the Westboro Baptist Church exists? No. At least you shouldn't. You should stop being a Christian because it makes no fucking sense. Can you tell I'm an atheist? But, no. By that same token, I shouldn't stop being an atheist because there are atheists out there who are fucking overly aggressive, judgmental pieces of shit. Like, yeah, I'm joking there, but, you know, and I used to be one of them. I think a lot of people did. But, no, believe what you want to believe, man. Just because the crazies exist doesn't mean that people who hold those... everyone who holds those beliefs are crazy. For example, you know, I know plenty of people who are religious who are actually really good people. And it's not because of the religion. And the Westboro Baptist Church aren't fucking pieces of shit because of the religion either. It's mostly upbringing and whatnot. It's all a lot of them know. Some of them manage to leave, and it's hard because they've been raised in that environment, and they tend to be better people because of it. You know, because of leaving, not because of being raised in the environment. When they leave, they become better people. You know, it's not them being bad people, it's how they've been raised. It's what they've been exposed to, you know. Now, of course, their beliefs change on the way, but they could still believe in God. You know, they could still believe in these things. It doesn't, you know. Anyway, I'm complicating things right now. Essentially, you shouldn't stop believing or holding what you believe, holding the values that you hold, just because there are crazy people who share the same fucking label. Shouldn't work that way, you know. But right now, the left, it has the power the right had whilst I was growing up. You know, back then, the right were dogmatic, authoritarian, moral busybodies who demanded that everyone hold and act out their moral purity views. As, to them, in their mind, it was the only way of being a good person. So, you know, exactly the way the left is right now. When the right takes back power, which it will, and I feel that we're on the cusp of it right now, so too will they take back the attitude that comes with it. And we'll have a resurgence of all the bullshit that comes with a right-wing dogmatic control over culture. So, good luck if you're not a tradcon. You know, good luck if you're gay or black. Yeah, but right now the social power is held on by the left. So good luck if you're not a fucking clown. Because it seems as if you have to have the most brightest colors and the most indefinable identity in order to be left-wing these days. But, yeah. So, there's part of me that welcomes the change because I am fucking sick of being the modern equivalent of Satan. Simply for the way I was born, my sex, my skin color. Isn't that ironic? But of course, when the right takes hold power, which they will, racism will shoot up, homophobia will shoot up. And, you know, a lot of people, I listen to a lot of right-wing views and on videos and whatnot, and they say that they're not like this, but the left isn't like this the way it is now when it doesn't hold the power. You guys are like this when you hold the power, just like the left wing is like this when it holds the power. Power corrupts, absolutely. It doesn't matter who holds it. Whoever holds it will become fucked. It is an inevitability. You know, we need both. We need both to keep each other in check. And one thing we really need as a society is empathy. The ability to listen to other people, and whilst not necessarily understand, not necessarily adopt their views, at least fucking listen to them. Give them a fair try. Try to put yourself in their fucking shoes. And most importantly, see them as the human beings they are. Because the moment you drop that, the moment everything's lost. Because right now we have two groups of fucking insane people screaming at each other ad nauseum, blaming each other for all the fucking problems in the world, and this group pushing this group into further and further and further extremes. Everyone in the middle, or just not on one of those extremes, more accurately, getting caught in the crossfire. And I am fucking sick of it. Like I said, I do not like it when I hear people say, oh, I'm not on the left anymore. Oh, I'm not on the right anymore. Why? Did your political views change? No. Those people over there are crazy, so I don't want to be associated with them anymore. It doesn't work that way. What are your political views? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, then you're this. But people on that side are insane. Yeah, newsflash. Every side has insane people. And whichever one is power will be the ones that you see all the fucking time. Especially if you are a target of their hate. The left wing fucking hates heterosexuals. They hate white people. And they hate men. The right wing fucking hate the LGBT. And they hate black people. And they hate anyone that isn't a fucking... Well, they really dislike atheists. They dislike anyone that isn't really a Christian. Even people who are self-appointed atheists within conservatives will still push Christian values. They'll hold Christianity on a higher pedestal than they would have done otherwise before they transitioned over. And but you're saying, but I'm on that and I don't feel that way. Good. It doesn't mean it's not a common fucking pattern. You know, I feel as if we're on the cusp of hitting a right-wing wave. Where the right wing take over the social, and why is this happening? Because people are fucking sick of the left wing insanity. They're sick of being hated. They're sick of being blamed for all the problems in the world. Meanwhile, the people who are actually the problems in the fucking world, the people that are sat back in their goddamn fucking armchairs, laughing at everyone, absorbing all the money in the fucking universe in their massive ass bank accounts offshore. While I laugh at everyone else while we're fighting amongst each other and have a freaking cage full of little children or young people in general that they molest on a regular basis. I'm being hyperbolic, but you know what I'm saying. They're the problem. And the people who are fighting each other all the time, they're useful idiots that have fallen for propaganda. That feel as if they're revolutionaries saving the world, but they're not. They're just repeating the same cycle that has been going since left and right existed. Ad nauseum. Forever. So, a little bit of a rant that I wanted to get out there. Yeah. Crazies exist. Doesn't mean you should change your political allegiance. I am part of the reason I'm so dogmatic in remaining left-wing and keeping the identity is for the same reason I'm so dogmatic with using the rainbow, which I believe is, go right at the back over there. I'm so dogmatic with using the rainbow because it's like black people using the N-word or gay people using the F-word or recently queer. I don't like that word. While I was growing up, queer was equivalent to the F-word. It just was. And I'd say it, but I really don't want this video being hidden. Typically, I'd say the N-word, I'd say the F-word, I'd say, we're fucking adults, and I'm not saying it to attack anyone, but I specifically want this video to not be hidden, because this one I think is important. I legitimately care about this one. You know what I mean? I hold on to the rainbow, the real rainbow, not the current politicized, some people are more important than others flag. That changes depending on the newest fucking social trend that's going around right now. The real rainbow that stands for unity and acceptance, that all colors are required to make this world shine bright. You know. But yeah. Because I hold on to it. I use it everywhere. It's currently around my profile picture because I want to be the example of someone who uses this, who has these symbols, who uses these symbols, and it isn't a fucking insane person. I want to be that example. Because the more and more people, much like how freedom of speech is now apparently a right-wing talking point, because the left has just handed it over to them, because they didn't like hearing the fucking truth, much like how free of speech used to really be a left-wing position, because the right-wing didn't like hearing the fucking truth, speaking truth to power doesn't tend to go over very well. You know, it's not a left or right issue. It is a human issue. Once we lose free speech, that is the first step to losing all of our other rights, because we can't fucking speak out against them. And we've seen aspects of that happening, especially in this country. Why do you think the government backs this shit so much? Because it gives them power. It's a stepping stone in order to shut people down. And once they shut people down, once they're taken care of, they'll move on to another target. And eventually that target will be you. If it's not already, it will be. They'll shut you down. And eventually the government decides everything. Decides what you think, what you say, what you can do. More so than it already does. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there before this goes on an insane amount of time. I want to keep this nice, short and sweet for me. So, yeah. This has been Fallon Hart. Thank you for watching.